Guys, welcome. We're going to be doing calorie burning yoga today. So a little bit more high impact, high energy, but still yoga. So we're still going to stretch out and do all the things. Firstly, let's come into a nice comfortable seat. Crisscross applesauce is fine. Sitting up nice and tall. You can have your hands in your lap or on your knees. Shoulders down away from your ears. Nice, long spine, flat back like you're sitting up against a wall. Close your eyes. We're going to become present on our mat by taking a few deep breaths in and completely exhaling each exhale. You want to empty out the lungs and make room for new oxygen. Let's start by taking a deep breath in and completely exhale. You can exhale through your nose or out through your mouth, whichever you prefer. Deep breath in through your nose and exhale completely. One more time. And exhale completely. We're going to breathe in, reach those arms overhead. Exhale, bring them on down. 2 more times just like that. Breathing in. Exhale, bring them down. 1 more time. Reach those arms right up over your head. Inhale, we're going to twist it over to the right. And look over that right shoulder, exhaling. We're going to breathe in, reach those arms up. Twist it over to the left this time. Left arm comes behind. And look over that left shoulder, exhale. Coming right back through center. And see if you can hinge from your hips. Exhaling down, forearms to the ground, keeping your sits bones on the mat. Take a breath. And slowly walk back up. We're going to stretch through our wrists. I like to do this in every practice now just because I know when you're first starting out, wrists can tend to be very sore. So I do want to incorporate this into every practice. So grab your 4 fingers on your right hand, arms straight out in front. We're going to pull those 4 fingers under the arm, stretching through the forearm and the wrist and the hand. Take a breath. Bring those 4 fingers over that arm and take a breath. Other side. Pull it under. Take a breath. And over. Take a breath. Reaching those arms up overhead, doing some wrist circles all the way down. And we're going to bring them back up the opposite way. Circling the opposite way. One more time down. And up. Go ahead and bring those arms down. We're going to look over to the right. Gently with our neck. Come through center. Look over to the left. Come through center. Gently look up. Come through center, and chin to chest. As your chin is on your chest, you're going to turn towards the right shoulder. Then come back through center, turn to the left shoulder. Very gentle movements. Do not try to overstretch your neck, ever. Coming back through, and let's get started. Let's start to flow it out. We're going to come right to our tabletop position. So we want our knees right up under our hips, hip width distance, hands under your shoulders. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Feet are flat on the mat. Nice flat spine. Just be aware of your core by pulling in that belly button, keeping that integrity the entire time. Neck is in line with the spine. Stretch that right leg back. So bring the ball of the foot to the mat and then push back with that heel. Hold it there for 1 breath. Go ahead and lift up that right leg. We're going to square the hips to the mat. So I'm not tipping and I'm not tipping. So squaring the hips to the mat, they're straight towards the mat. We're going to take a deep breath in. Bring knee towards your chest. Exhale, bring that right leg back out. Knee to your chest. Bring it right back out. Begin to marry the breath with the movement. And lower it down. Taking it over to the other side, we're bringing the left leg out now onto the ball of that foot, and I'm pushing back with my heel. Feeling a nice stretch through the calf. Hold it for one breath. And lift the left leg. Square the hips. Make sure you're aware of the core. We're going to take a deep breath in and exhale, knee to chest. Continue on your own, marrying the breath to the movement. Keeping the rest of your body as still as possible. And just a heads up, you're going to hear some outside noises like cars and maybe even airplanes, just because I'm outside and that happens. All right, let's lift the right leg like we're squatting to pee on a fire hydrant, and then we're going to bring it in. But we're not going to let it touch the ground. We're going to keep it hovering. So we're going to breathe in, exhale, and again continue on, marrying the breath to the movement. Bring it on down, other side. Breathing in, exhale. Perfect. Let's go ahead and bring our knees as wide as the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. We're going to sit back, hips on our heels, and then slowly walk it forward, melting the chest towards the mat, and then bring your third eye to the mat, which is your forehead, the spot between your eyes and up just about, about an inch, not even. Take a deep breath. Take one more deep breath. And let's slowly round through, coming back to our tabletop. Bring those knees back under your hips. We're going to bring our forearms down to the mat. This time our elbows are right under our shoulders. We're going to lift our legs coming into a forearm plank. You can drop your knees down if you need to modify. So modified plank will look something like this. If not, lift up. You want to make sure that you're tucking your tailbone under to ignite the core. We're going to take a deep breath in and tap to the right, bring it in, exhale. Breathe. We're tapping on both sides, marrying the breath, never holding the breath. And knees come down. Come right back up to your tabletop. Curl those toes under, lifting from the hips. We're coming right into our first downward dog. You're going to find the backs of your legs are very tight. We're going to pedal those feet while we breathe. Just stretching those heels towards the mat. And we want to tuck our tailbone up towards the sky. That's probably going to lift your heels up a little bit higher. That's okay. Let's work on the straight back first. Let's take one breath. And on your next inhale, bring that right leg to the sky. We're going to exhale, knee to nose, coming forward into a plank high plank position, tucking the chin, coming right back through, three-legged dog. So breathe in. We're going to exhale through knee to nose. Inhale to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. As you're in the knee to nose position, lift your head, and we're going to step that foot right between those hands. You might need to help it along. Go ahead and lower down on that back leg, flatten that foot. We're going to slowly begin to rise. Arms overhead. Sink into that front hip a little bit more. Coming into cactus arms. Cactus arms is elbows bent, shoulder blades coming together. Deep breath in, exhale, fingertips touch, back to cactus arms. Start marrying the breath. Really try to get those shoulder blades to touch. Hands frame the front foot, hop up on the back foot, slide that front foot back to meet the back foot, coming into a high plank. Making sure your butt's not way up in the air and your hips are not sagging. We want a nice long line from head to heel, tucking that tailbone under slightly to ignite the core. So it's like a pelvis tuck. We're going to take a deep breath in and lift, lower, lift, lower. Marry the breath. Drop those knees down. Sit back on your heels. Child's pose. Forehead can come to the mat. If not, you can keep it in line with the spine. Forearms are on the mat. Take a few moments to catch your breath. Deep breaths. And let's round it through. Coming right back to a tabletop, and then meet me in downward dog. Just pedal through those feet, take a breath. Tucking that tailbone up towards the sky, sinking those heels down. On our next inhale, left leg comes high, three-legged dog. We're going to exhale, knee to nose, doing this 2 more times. On the 3rd time, lift your head, step it up. If you need to help the ankle along, go ahead and drop down that back leg, flatten that foot. We're going to slowly rise. Arms overhead. Sink into that front hip a little bit more, and let's do our cactus arms. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, fingertips touch. And frame that front foot, hop up on the back foot, slide the front leg to meet the back leg, coming into a plank. We're going to do a chaturanga. You can drop your knees down to modify, or we're going to inhale, come forward on those tippy toes, exhale, keep those elbows in at your side, flip your feet, and lift up into our upward facing dog. We're going to take an inhale. We're going to exhale as we turn to the left, bringing the right ball of the foot behind us. So now we're kind of seated on that left hip and legs out long. Right leg is bent. We're going to lift our hips, coming onto the side of that foot. Open that chest, breathe in, exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift, excuse me, exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower. Coming back through to our belly, we're going to just straighten those arms. The hands come right under the shoulders. And just straighten those arms, lifting yourself up. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. Bring that left foot behind you now. So now you're seated on your right hip. Right leg is out long. Left leg is bent. You're on the ball of that back foot. We're going to take a deep breath in to open it up. Lift those hips. Wild thing. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Turn onto your belly. We're going to do baby cobra. So this is where we're utilizing our lower back muscles. But you really want to tighten your core here, because the more you tighten your core, the less strain on your back there will be. So let's lift the belly button towards the spine. We're going to have our hands under our shoulders. Take a deep breath in and lift. Looking down at the mat, keeping that neck in line. Utilizing your back and lower. Tighten that core, lift, breathe in. Exhale, lower. One more time. Tighten the core, breathe in and lower. Curl those toes. Bend those knees, come right back to your downward dog. Pedal the feet, take a deep breath. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to step the right foot up behind the right hand, the left foot up behind the left hand. Let's come into a small turnout, and then we're going to lower down into a yogic squat or malasana, using the elbows to push out on the insides of our thighs and squeezing the thighs on the outside of our elbows. So it's kind of like a resistance. And then you can sway a little bit back and forth. We're going to take a deep breath in. Lift those arms overhead. Exhale. One more time. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Slowly begin to rise up. Heel toe those feet in. Closer hip width distance. Activate those thighs. So you should go from feeling not much muscle to all the muscle. Tighten the core. Lift that belly button towards the spine. Lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. Bringing more weight into the balls of your feet. Coming into forward fold. Letting the top half of you hang heavy. You can have a nice bend in that knee if you need it. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, slowly rise, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Exhale, arms overhead, hands to heart. We're going to take that left foot, lift up all those toes, and bring them down one by one. Standing up nice and tall, we're going to activate that left leg by lifting the kneecap. We're going to slowly shift the weight over to the left side and lift that right knee. If you need to use a wall, go ahead, or you could use the back of a chair if you're still working on your balance. Just be aware of your core. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to come right into a warrior three. Slow and controlled. And bring that knee behind your left knee. And then stretch it out. Bring it back in. Stretch it out. Bring it back in. Stretch it out. One more time. We're going to slowly bend on that front knee. As we do, let that back leg fall back organically. You might need to heel toe your stance open a little bit wider to come into warrior two. You do not want that front knee over that ankle. You want a nice straight line, ankle to knee. Sometimes we have to widen the back leg in order for that to happen. Arms come up. We're going to reach front, flip that front palm, breathe in. Exhale, come into your exalted warrior, peaceful warrior. Look up to the sky. Keep that bend in your front leg. Take a breath. Coming back to warrior two, arms. We're going to come into cactus arms here. Bring those shoulder blades together. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Elbow to thigh. Come back up. Elbow to thigh. Marry the breath. And let's come into humble warrior. Bring that forearm to the thigh. Right arm comes over that right ear. Nice long line from fingertips down to your toes. Take a breath. One more breath. We're going to slowly begin to turn our front body towards the front leg. Turn on that back foot onto the ball of the foot. We're going to bend on that back leg and just baby step it up a little bit more to come into a standing split. Knee toward your nose. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring that right knee behind the front knee and stretch it out. Bend that knee in, stretch it out. Bend that knee in, stretch it out. One more time. Make sure you're breathing. And we're going to step it right up to your forward fold. Again, activate those quads. Tighten the core. Maybe you sway it out. Take a deep breath. On your next breath in, slowly rise up, one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to lift the right toes this time. Place them down one at a time. Activate that kneecap by lifting. Bringing the weight to that right side. Hands come to your heart. Left knee lifts. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, coming into your warrior three. You might wobble, and that's okay. And let's bring it in and stretch it out. Bring it in, stretch it out. Bring it in, stretch it out. Bring it in, stretch it out. We're going to bend on that front leg and just organically let it tip back. You might need to heel toe a little wider to come into your warrior two. Flip that front palm, breathe in, reach front. Exhale, come into your exalted warrior. Keeping the bend in that front leg, take a deep breath. Coming back to your warrior two. Let's come into cactus arms. Bring those shoulder blades together. Take a breath. And elbow to thigh, bring it up. Marry the breath. Feeling those obliques. One more time. Warrior two, arms come into humble warrior. Left arm reaches over that left ear, nice long line from fingertips to toes. Take a breath. Turning your upper body, framing that front foot, turning on the back foot onto the ball of that foot. Now we're in a low lunge. Bend on that back knee and just baby step until you can come up to your standing split. Knee to your nose. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, bend it in. Breathe in. Exhale. Stretch it out. Breathe in. Exhale. Stretch it out. Exhale. One more time. Stretch it out. And step it up. Forward fold. Take a breath. Slowly begin to rise up one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling. And arms come overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive it down. Halfway lift, hands come to shins, nice, long, flat back. So your crown of your head is pulling towards the front, tailbone is pulling towards the back. Deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat, coming into your plank. Let's take a few breaths here, checking your stance, pushing back with those heels. Don't give up. Lower those knees down. Come into your tabletop again, just like we started. Knees under your hips. Let's curl those toes under. Lift just about an inch off of the mat. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to chest, bring it back. Other side, knee to chest, bring it back. We're not lowering those knees down. Keep them lifted. Marry the breath to the movement. Keep those knees low. Come on. Drop the knees down. Swing them around. You did great. The best part, see, I told you you'd hear an airplane. Here it comes. Come on, hurry up. Let's lay back. One vertebrae at a time. Wave to the airplane. We got calories to burn here, people. Let's lay back. Come up onto your forearms. Roll those shoulders open so your chest is nice and open. Knees come up in line with your hips. So they're not like this. They're in line. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. And marry the breath. Bring it in. Legs come up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Scissor kicks. Marry the breath. Go ahead and lay back. Take a nice long good morning stretch. So somebody's imaginary is pulling you from your hands and your feet in the opposite direction for that nice stretch. Keeping the arms over your head. Lift those legs. Flex those feet. Breathing in. Exhale. Tap the shin. And come back. Marry the breath. Try not to move your legs, just your upper body. And hug your knees in. Take a deep breath. And bring those feet down, close to your glutes. We're going to do some bridge poses. But we're not going to hold them, we're just going to do a few. So, we're going to take a deep breath in. Hands down by your side. We're going to use our hands as well. Evenly pushing through the bottoms of your feet and your hands. We're going to breathe in and exhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Marry the breath. Perfect. Go ahead and bring your hands behind, facing, your fingers facing your glutes. Roll those shoulders open, feet come out long. We're going to do reverse plank. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Don't forget to roll the shoulders open. Shoulder blades begin to touch. And exhale, lift those hips to the sky. Take 3 breaths. Slowly lower down. And let's lay back. Right leg comes up. Hands down by your side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open it up to the right. Don't let it touch the ground. Coming back through center, keeping everything as still as possible. And then over to the left. Coming back up. One more time, over to the right. Up through center. Over to the left, keeping everything still. And back up. Hug that knee in. And we're going to twist it over towards the left. Bringing that right arm and shoulder, both shoulder blades to the mat. You can look over towards that right arm. Take a breath. One more breath. Roll back onto your back. Lower that leg down. Left leg comes up. Flex that foot. Hands down by your side. Breathing in. Open it up. Keeping the rest of your body still. Do not touch it to the ground. Exhale. Bring it back through center and over to the right. Bring it back through center. Breathe in. Exhale. Over to the left. Reach it back up. Over to the right. We're not going all the way over. I'm keeping everything on the mat. And hug that knee in. Take a deep breath. We're going to twist it over to the right. Bringing that left arm out. Looking over to the left arm. Take a breath. Keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Take a breath. Slowly coming back through center. Give those knees a hug. Bring your nose towards your knees. And lay back. We're going to come right into our corpse pose or Savasana, aka dead man's pose. Feet come out, legs come out long. Arms come down by your side. You can have them facing the sky or facing your mat. I want you to notice anywhere you're holding tension and let it go. Melt into your mat. I want you to just lay here quietly for the next few seconds as you breathe in and out, slowly and controlled. And just meditate for a few moments. We're only here for like 10 seconds, that's it. So close your eyes, relax everything on your body. Let go of your jaw that's clenched right now. And let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale. Continue breathing on your own. Go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. We're going to slowly bring our right, actually no, let's do our left arm today. Bring your left arm over your head, right knee bends, foot flat on the mat. We're going to slowly turn over to the left, using that right hand as a kickstand, bending both legs, coming into a fetal position. Just close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath. And let's slowly come into a nice comfortable seat. We're going to end just how we started. If you want to sit up on a block, I like to do that from time to time. If not, just a regular seat is fine. It just helps me open up my hips and sit up straighter. Let's close our eyes. Shoulders down away from your ears, nice long spine. We're going to do 2 chants in the form of Om. This helps to call 3 of the 7 chakras of our body, which is very good for the endocrine system. So let's close our eyes, take a deep breath in. It's 3 syllables. One more time, deep breath in. Do it with me this time. Give yourself a smile. Not because you feel silly, just because you love yourself. And bring your hands to your heart. Gently open those eyes. Smile because you showed up for yourself today and that you're a badass. Thank you guys so much for joining me for calorie burning yoga. I hope you enjoyed it. I will have all different types of yoga in my March miscellaneous March series. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Miscellaneous March. Bye.